Out in the dark, unfathomable depths of space, it is difficult to survive without making some pretty dastardly compromises of one's moral character. But in the 25th century, there was a man of somewhat genuine character trying to make a semi-honest living. His journals have been preserved since that time, and we are blessed that a few of those that survived were left running during his adventures. But before we get to the recordings, we need to thank a few fellow smugglers and a few producers of The Smuggler's Log. Unfortunately, we do not have any subscribers, nor have we received any Bitcoin or fiat fund coupons for this particular episode of The Smuggler's Log. I don't think my boss is going to be particularly happy with me, and there may never be a season 2 at this rate. And remember, if you include a note with your Bitcoin transaction telling us your name or your avatar's name, we'll mention you at the beginning of the next episode we produce for the podcast. That goes for boosts as well. We also accept subscriptions at subscribestar.com/thesmugglerslog. Each time you share this podcast, and each value-for-value contribution preserves our past for a better future. Now let's listen to The Smuggler's Log. When we last listened to The Smuggler's Log, the Rvgerxini was captured by the Canadian destroyer SCS King Trudeau III and was being held for inspection. The inspection team had completed their sweep with no contraband found, at least none they were willing to report. Now the inspection team is calling the King Trudeau III's bridge for a personnel check on the Rvgerxini's crew. This may be the last entry of the Smuggler's Log. That is, if you ignore all those other episodes in your podcast queue. Now let's listen to The Smuggler's Log.
Trudeau III Actual, this is Inspection Crew 1342A, requesting detaining procedures for the cargo transport at docking port 278. No contraband found, no Hispanics, and one First Nations person crewman found working on his own authority.
All good to hear, eh? But we found a problem. We are having trouble holding a connection with King Trudeau II base in the Glorgnac sector. We'll have to detain the Rvgerxini until we can verify their flight plan registration and personnel files. For now, allow them access to the civilian amenities on board the ship.
Sorry, sir. Inspection Crew 1342 out, eh? Sorry. You may now lower your hands, Captain. Apologies for the interruption in your daily activities. Bringing order to the galaxy requires a bit of red tape. Please enjoy the civilian amenities on board the Trudeau III until we have verified your license and registration papers. If you will accompany me to the viewpoint scan-in area, we will provide a claim ticket for your ship, and you may witness as we boot your vessel.
Oh, do be careful. My boost cone is old and sensitive.
Roger, roll.
And it could easily get distended.
Go at throttle up.
Has this boot been cleaned and scanned for Boostelococcus bacteria? Does it use a magnetic attachment? Magnetic fields give me processing anomalies.
Computers now have primary control.
There's nothing to worry about. The Rvgerxini will be easily restored to complete working order when the boot is removed. Of course, that assumes that we will receive good news on your registration.
We'll be fine, PR. Just reduce processing on board and task your remote unit for the lost processing.
Is this a SpaceX Spacer 2240 model with the racing strength and inertial dampening package?
As a matter of fact, I am. I was quite the looker when I rolled off the line 133 years ago. I was so beautiful. And the races were so much fun. I won the Galactic Cup for 2 generations of racers, until the third couldn't handle his liquor and crashed. Then his grandson lost me to my current owner in a hand of Rvgerxini poker. Despite the looks, Verendontic has taken very good care of me.
Make sure you visit the droid repair division down the corridor there. I'm a fan of those old SpaceX racing ships. I'll make sure you're taken care of, eh? All done. Keep this claim ticket or you won't be able to retrieve your vessel. Sorry about the trouble.
Oh, the trouble's all mine.
Have a nice day, eh?
The man who finds the watering hole always has a nice day.
I'm glad we're done with those inspection Nazis. I bet they sleep in those helmets. I was this close to decking that insincerely polite goose-stepping socialist pig. Alvarez, take PR to get fixed up and meet me back in the ship's cantina. I'll start getting some info about the ship's crew. We'll plan out how we're going to get out of here without handcuffs.
This one shall be in working order shortly. Follow the short fixer of robots, PR.
Don't overdo it, Naron Alvarez. If they figure out your secret, we'll have quite the difficult time trying to get you free of this Schwasta-Canadian ship's rig.
Do not worry, my friend. The Nazicans are so racist, they won't notice how lame my stereotype acting is. I expect they would only question me if I was acting like a real American native.
You'll have your bounty after we complete his interrogation.
He's no good to me dead.
There is nothing to worry about. Our methods are perfectly benign. I will not have to...
Ah, here we are. Trudeau the 3rd Repair Division. Can I help you guys? Yes, my good sir. The ship's ICCO said I could get repaired here. Oh yeah, we have been expecting a P47RTNT. Is that you? Yes, that is my designation. I am a state-of-the-art 4 laws certified. Please remove your external plating and step into the booth. Well, I never! Showing my nakedness in front of a room full of droids and a co-worker? You must be joking. Look, if you want to be in there for hours and risk consistency errors in your transfer process, you can leave your plating on. I would suggest, for everyone's safety, that you choose the 10-second option and disrobe. Transfer? What transfer? You've been authorized to take possession of a new SpaceX P4T model remote unit. The AI transfer process is the standard method of taking possession of said equipment. Oh, alright then. Naroon, would you terribly mind stepping outside for a moment?
The short fixer of robots has already seen you without your plating.
Fine then.
Welcome. Postcode declared. Please enter postcode.
I was kinda hoping you'd done that in the transfer booth. My apologies. I must admit, I was not expecting a full overhaul. This has been due for over a century. See you in a moment, Naron. Well, that was a rather fast process. This model even has telescopic zoom and an infrared mode on the cameras.
The man who witnesses the transformation is impressed. However, he questions the lack of clothing and the need for anatomical correctness.
After all that talk of nakedness, you neglected to inform us that the new model would be both an android and disrobed. Actually, we have a wide selection of uniforms for your remote unit, including high-speed flight gear, which can be printed in seconds with whatever design you like. Ah, yes! I have just the design. It was the uniform for my first successful racing team. Please, print using the file I have just transferred.
Charging.
Here you go. Not a bad look if a little retro. Now don't overdo it with that anatomical correctness. You're only warranted for 2 years. After that, you gotta get replacement parts on your own.
Thank you. Exemplary work, truly. But we must be going now. I've already left you a good review on DDG.
Hey, thanks. If you run into trouble today before 1800 hours, just stop on by and we'll get you cleaned up.
I do enjoy this new remote unit. In fact, I think it has more processing power than the Rvgerxini herself. I may hang out here more often from now on. It runs much quieter and it really moves faster too.
You move too fast. Walk more slowly. I can't keep up with you.
Alvarez, get that thing fixed before someone hears you and catches on.
Keep all personal items with you. If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff.
This native has fixed the problem. Pleased is the man who averts the danger. I do hope you stay pleased then. I've already stressed that we can't take chances with this.
Can't wait till you get promoted past that good for nothing.
Once we get this outage squared away, it should be able to turn in at that point.
That's okay, Daddy. We'll stay up and wait till you get home.
Honey, no, listen to your mother. You need to go to bed, okay? Now, don't think I'm gonna make it in time for supper, okay? Give your mother a kiss for me, okay? I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, Daddy. I'll go to bed on time tonight.
Love you.
Ah, the ship's cantina. And there's Varen, sitting in the shadiest corner booth in the establishment, as usual.
Then I says to him, he's no good to me dead.
No kidding.
You're nothing if not predictable, Varen Dontic. Have you formulated a plan for getting us out of here yet?
P47R10T? Is that you?
It's P4T R10T now.
Alvarez, that's going to blow all our cash on hand. What were you
This
thinking?
red man had nothing to do with the white man's expenditures on his toys. Relax, Varen. The inspection crew commanding officer was taking care of me, remember?
Man, she was not joking. Did you do a sweep for tracking devices or software?
Before stepping off the transfer platform, and ransomware and general eavesdropping viral intrusions, the only item of interest was a homing beacon, which is standard issue among Schwasta Canadian releases of remote units. Easily disabled, easily removed.
Careful! You almost dropped it in my drink. You know, altogether, this thing is a nice addition to the crew. Maybe next time you'll be able to disable the shooter instead of yourself.
Ha 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 ha! This native will have less work!
Come on, Nerone. You know something else will break instead. You're getting your cut. What little of it there is. Alvarez, fix that thing quick.
Again.
This isn't the first time it's failed.
It happened a few minutes ago in the corridor on the way here.
You have got to get a handle on that thing. I don't want to get caught trafficking in Hispanics again. I've never laid eyes on enough Satoshis to pay off the number of Nazicans on this ship. I could retire 3 times over with that kind of coin.
This native understands the jeopardy in which he sits at the behest of the white man.
Yeah, well, try and keep quiet if possible from here on out. Maybe we can survive. Speaking of survival, I've come up with a plan.
Varen,
Not yet, PR. Listen to the plan before you blow holes through it. We need to disable the ship's sensors and the tractor beam emitters, and then just run for it. I saw it in an old pre-holographic movie once.
Varen,
I know, but without the tractor beam emitters, they can't stop us. And without the sensors, they can't follow us after we boost or shoot at us as we leave the impound bay.
the red man has never seen a woman so green.
What?
Varen Dontic, is that you? Long time no see, little man. How you been?
Marshkalas Darklopsy. I'm barely scraping by here as usual. What are you up to?
I'm gathering information to keep men like you interested. But how are you roaming through on a Nazi can ship?
Oh, we won't be here for long at this rate.
I can see that. How you doing, Nero?
The Red Man is at peace with nature.
Well, that answers my last question. Human standard accent retainer. Those things are notorious for failing in mid-paragraph. I hope you have a backup plan.
Yeah, I was just discussing it with my crew.
Oh, you have to sing Skella's favorite song with the karaoke on stage right now.
That ancient song? Why?
Just do it, and I'll throw in a second backup plan for free.
Varen, not now, PR. No one passes up free help from Darkolopsy.
Well, who wants to try their voice in front of the cloud?
I've got your next idol here.
Nerone, what do you suppose he just whispered into the karaokean's ear? He was facing away such that I could not read his lips. This native will wait and see. The Red Man enjoys this song.
Hi, folks. This song is the favorite of a very important friend of mine. It's an ancient song that talks of working hard, overcoming adversity, and capturing as much of the currency they used back then as they possibly could.
I'm going to see if I can hook into the sound system over Bluetooth 23. Due to draconian intergalactic copyright laws, we are not able to play this portion of the Smuggler's log. We do, however, have the internal analysis from P4T R10T. We believe our listeners will find this portion enlightening. A good entry. The best, really. Doesn't everyone? Isn't the entire definition of the best being like no one else? What is it with this man? If your real test is to catch them, why don't you use traps? Train them? What exactly are we talking about here? Some sort of animal? Well, I certainly hope he has a good traveling salesman algorithm planned. It may cut down his time by as much as 50%. What is a Pokemon? He wants to find out the power inside them? He wants to catch them all. It's the two of them. His destiny. More of this Pokemon thing. His best friend. Defend a world. With a... How big are these Pokemon? Our hearts... Of course your heart is true. What heart would not be? Courage pulling you through? Well, perhaps. How? Okay, so these Pokemon are teachers now? Catch them all, yeah, sure, whatever. This seems as if it's in a different voice. So he's expecting multiple challenges, and he's going to take them with courage. He'll fight every day? Honestly, who could keep that up? To claim a place he believes he deserves. Yeah, perhaps he does. And now he wants the audience to come with him, because it's the right time, of day? Well, of course there's a better team. I've worked with this man. I've heard of holding hands, but holding arms? Now he dreams of these Pokemon things? Oh, it's back to the chorus again. Yes, well, I believe that's enough of that. Well, at least the music's not half bad, though the lyrics have something to be desired. Oh, God. I believe Miss Skeller will enjoy a copy of this recording.
Hope you folks enjoy the rest of your day.
The Red Man is pleased with the White Man's singing. Who was that woman at whom you winked while descending from the stage?
That's Skilla, the bounty hunter who scolded me for letting you get damaged last week.
Interesting. Your green friend talked with Miss Skella while you were singing. Why would they have business with each other?
I wouldn't worry about it. Bounty hunters need information brokers even more than libertarian delivery agents like myself. Let's go. We need to get that plan into action.
Varen, the SCS Trudeau III is now docking at King Trudeau II base in the Glognak sector. We'll soon be found out.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I was trying.
It doesn't matter. Let's get moving. Alvarez, can you get the sensors?
Hey, Captain. I shouldn't have the slightest problem disabling the sensors.
Halt!
Sorry, hey.
Bigora, I think they may have feared the suit.
I knew something was off about you. This is an illegal stereotype imitating device. You could receive 6 months in the Reichstag Gefängnis for this kind of paraphernalia. What do you have to say for yourself, sir?
What will our harrowing Hispanic say to this dastardly devil? Will he spin a serenade of saturated simplicity and save the Renaissance crew from a sinister situation? Will Verendontic take over and block another baton blow with his abs? Will the mawkish moonshiner mince words to move the metal maven toward mercy? Or is the brigand more likely to buy the boys a berth in the brig with his boisterous bent? Find out next week on The Smuggler's Law. Production and story by Christopher Meacham. Voice acting by Donna Wood and Christopher Meacham. Guest starring Michael Edwards, Elia Meacham, and Heather Meacham. Artwork by Natalie "NattieKay" Petrucka. Audio editing by Christopher Meacham. Our entrepreneurial sponsors include no one for this episode. Sound effects provided by Planet Earth Productions, TRIUNE Films, NASA, Pacific Digital Video at pacdv.com/sounds, and multiple participants at freesound.org, including 159 Jim, asbestos-bill, Rvgerxini, fractanimal, pawsound, BlueSquidDoug, lolamadeus, bruno.auzet, Kyle S., InspectorJ, JuandreSound, sidequesting, pfranzen, simkiott, and ecfike. Modifications were made to some of the sounds provided by freesound.org. The Smuggler's Log is an audio drama produced in association with Planet Earth Productions. TheSmugglersLog.com